Though born of a human body, he was not one who grew with a human constraint. This is an existence above any human, a distinctly separate entity from man. A rancor is what they call them. This video will contain parts from the webtoon which were not included in the anime due to parts being cut or repurposed in the show. We will also be venturing into titles and accolades which relate to rankers, so this is a spoiler warning to those who aren't just yet ready to delve into what makes a ranker, and what could potentially come after that. All good? Alright, let's get on with the video. Right from the first episode of Tower of God, we've been exposed to rankers, and in the anime not really much has been discussed about them, even though they've been an integral part to pretty much every episode thus far. Therefore, in this video we're going to discuss and understand what rankers are and how they become one. A ranker is a being who has reached the top of the Jihad Empire, which currently stands on the 134th floor in the tower and has been given a rank. This rank should not be confused with the ranking and grading that both rankers and regulars continuously receive that you'll see throughout the show. This rank is issued by the Ranking Administrator Office and is calculated after investigating and combining statistics such as a person's power, recognition, and influence within the tower. The rank position in the tower is a very lavish status. One could assume that they have no problems with any living expenses. However, just because they've attained the title of a ranker does not mean that their rivalries have ended. Rather, they have entered into a more fearsome arena, which will lead to even fiercer rivalries, but also new opportunities will blossom and present themselves. All of this just by attaining this rank. Therefore, they seek for better positions and better jobs. They seek for a new beginning by passing into this new realm of possibilities. Because of this, rankers are sometimes test directors, as we've seen with Lororo, or test administrators, as we've seen with Hansung Yu. They are normally viewed as gods and have a much higher status than regulars and normal residents of the tower. This is due to the fact that just becoming a ranker is no small feat, as we have witnessed during the Shinsu War trial. Only few even get the chance to qualify to become a regular, let alone climb the tower and become a ranker. They may also use the middle area staircases to either skip certain floors or to travel between the inner and outer towers. Though they are permitted many benefits, they are usually restricted from entering the regulars' districts or from even associating with them due to such a disparity in their power, which has led to rankers being perceived as gods by the normal residents and the regulars due to the rare occurrences that they do get to see one. As of right now in Tower of God, there are 3 tiers of rankers that are known of. Ranker being your individual who has reached the top of the Jihad Empire and attained the title of ranker through their progression and of course weighing in their power, recognition, and influence. The current rankers that we are aware of at this point in the anime are Yuri, Evan, Leroro, Hansung Yu, and Quant. But what if a ranker outmatches all the others who identified themselves as a ranker, be it in power, recognition, or influence? What if they own their own floor? What if no ranker can stand up to them? What if they are an irregular? This moves us on to the second tier of rankers, which are known as advanced rankers. But not much is known about the title of advanced ranker in itself, other than the fact that the title is given to those who are deemed to be within the top 10% of rankers, therefore being considered as an advanced ranker. And within this tier, there are about 10,000 advanced rankers that have been accounted for. Well, I will not be exploring or mentioning who these individuals may be at the current time, but maybe in a future video I will explain and go into the characters that fit within this tier, and of course in the next tier, which has been explored quite a bit more in the webtoon but will not be explored for a while in the anime, and this tier is the high ranker tier. The high ranker tier is the peak title you can receive under the title of a ranker, and anyone within this bracket is within the top 1% of total rankers in the tower. Meeting that requirement gives you the title of a high ranker. There are about 1,000 high rankers in total in the tower, with high rankers often being described as gods among gods. Only those of a level equal to a high ranker can become a ruler. Anime watchers may not recognize the name Evankel, but the floor of tests is actually named Evankel's floor of tests. Evankel being the ruler of the floor, and when Quant was actually talking to Han Seung-yu regarding the test where only 3 regulars remained, Han Seung-yu informed Quant that if the higher-ups are informed about this incident, it would mean our heads. For real. These higher-ups meaning Evankel and potentially a few others. The fact that rankers are discussing this fact and understand that they would meet their demise if they do not complete their task as intended gives us just a tiny indication to what monstrous power high rankers truly hold, and that everything that they've achieved thus far could come crumbling down due to one mishap at the mercy of a high ranker. Due to high rankers being within the top 1% of all rankers, they are given sobriquets, a fancy way of saying nickname or a pseudonym, which is a type of nickname issued by the ranking administrator office, usually in reference to a high ranker's battle position or other aspects. Only high rankers are able to receive a sobriquet, but a sobriquet can also be turned down by the high ranker. An example that can be given so far of a sobriquet would be for Jihad, and the sobriquet being the King of the Tower, which can also be inferred from the episodes that we watched in the anime, as we are aware of the princesses of Jihad. Now that we've discussed the 3 tiers a ranker can achieve, those being a ranker, advanced ranker, and high ranker, we now have a better understanding on how one can achieve the title of a ranker, and how the progression system works, and of course the vast gap in power and influence there is between a normal ranker and a high ranker. But what really interests me is how the ranking system works, is that although power and strength seems to be the main factor in determining who can hold a ranking or even a high ranking, other than of course climbing the tower, there are those who hold high rankings due to their influence and attributes they hold in the tower, making their existence hold as much weight as a ranker or even a high ranker. And there are others who have weak combat strength but hold high ranking due to their importance within the tower and what they could attain just by other means rather than strength. Therefore, there are many ways and methods in becoming a ranker, but in no way is it an easy task. But by becoming a ranker, a slew of new opportunities present themselves to you. Now it's all up to them to see if they can rise higher and attain greater heights. Now to quickly summarize the points that were made throughout this video. We looked into what a ranker is and what they mean to the tower, how they are able to attain the title of ranker, the different tiers of rankers that were discussed in this video, the disparity between the ranks of a ranker being a normal ranker and the high ranker, and the big gap in between those two, and of course the multiple methods in becoming a ranker, understanding that strength alone is not the only way to become a ranker, which will only lead us to more fascinating and interesting characters going forward in the story. So, I hope you guys have a better understanding on how rankers work and operate within the tower, and for those who read the webtoon, I hope you're able to pick up something new from this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.